Hearts are flying high in the Scottish Premiership, sitting joint top 9 points ahead of Rangers. Possibly could go even further considering the next league home game is against Falkirk. But according to Gordon Dalziel, there is no chance that Hearts can finish ahead of Rangers. Welcome back, guys, to Sun Scotland TV. And Gordon Dalziel, for some reasons, came out and said Hearts have zero chance, no chance of finishing in the top two, despite just beating Rangers last weekend at Ibrox and having a 9-point lead over Russell Martin's team. We've got Big Stevie Cool here. What's your thoughts on Gordon Dalziel's comments?
Well, no chance is a bit extreme, but I understand where he's coming from, folks. It doesn't happen all that often. Rangers have spent a lot of money. I am of a believer that if Rangers sacked them and brought someone in decent, we would still finish second. I think you would agree with that.
Possibly, probably, aye.
Like 9 points is not insurmountable. I mean,
especially this early.
There's 33 games to go.
I mean, Aberdeen had a 9-point lead and they were further in. Although what I would say is I do not see any way that Hearts begin to deliver the sort of form that Aberdeen did.
They'll drop off, but yeah, you're right.
Not to that level.
Yeah, that level's bogging.
Well, let's say Russell Martin...
There's no guarantee if Martin gets sacked, Rangers are suddenly great.
Let's say Russell Martin got sacked and they brought in a manager to replace him. At what point do you think? What point do you think you'd expect Rangers to overtake Hearts?
If he got sacked tonight,
do you think Hearts could stay ahead until Christmas?
Depends though, doesn't it? Because I mean, Christmas period's tough. You know, Hearts, their squad's not that of a lesser team, but you could play 3 games in a week at Christmas, and that kills your advantage, but that's Christmas. Honestly, it could be as early as mid-October, but it could be as late as like February.
Or it could not happen.
Or it could not happen. You wouldn't know, so it depends. But what I would say is they're a well-oiled machine. Derek McInnes knows the league, understands it. I don't think there's a balloon waiting to burst for Hearts. Like, I don't see if Celtic beat Hearts, right, or if Hibs beat Hearts, I don't think they're just going to collapse and then go on like a winless streak at like 15 games like Aberdeen did. That's the difference maker. And what I would say is, though, I mean, Hearts' recent form against Rangers has been shit, but they did beat them. It's a tough one. Like, for me, Rangers are still obviously favourites to finish second. But at the same time, if the 49ers are legit and they are backing Russell Martin, if he doesn't get sacked till November, the gap could be 20 points. I'm not even exaggerating. It could be.
Could be. Anyway, this is what Gordon Dalziel had to say on Clyde Super Scoreboard 1 regarding if Hearts could split Celtic and Rangers. He said the following. He said, quote, "No chance, not over the course and distance of a season. Hearts have started brilliantly, and I think they have a very, very good squad and an experienced manager in there. I think Rangers will eventually pull the trigger on Russell Martin. I think someone will eventually get them going. It's a long season, injuries, suspensions, and everything to go with it. Look, I would love nothing better than a team up there to split the old firm. People were getting carried away with Aberdeen's start last season. It was the same. Aberdeen supporters saying, we can split the old firm, we can win the league. Look where Aberdeen ended up. Now, I'm not saying Hearts will be the same because I think Hearts are a lot stronger and have a lot more quality, but I think over the piece, and it will be a long season, I think Rangers will still get up there." End of quote. So, I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. I don't necessarily agree with him. I think that Rangers are still favourite to finish second, but I would not say there's no chance that Hearts cannot finish second and cannot split them. I would say right now it's about 60-40 in favour of Rangers.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But at the same time, Rangers had the worst start since 78. Hearts have probably had the best start since fuck knows. Eventually that's going to meet in the middle. And put it this way, how many points did Rangers finish clear of Aberdeen last season?
A lot.
It's not going to be that. I think it'll be relatively
close. They
close.
finished 17 ahead of Hibs.
Yeah.
And Aberdeen finished 5th.
Yo, you can't even sit here and say Hearts have no chance of winning the league. So you can't turn around and say that they've got no chance of beating the Rangers.
Yeah, I just don't see... I don't see Gordon Dalziel's logic here. To say no chance, I think is extremely unfair.
Even if Martin was sacked tonight, you can't say no chance.
Yeah, there's no guarantee that the manager that come in is going to be great or is going to save Rangers or get their form going. Maybe Russell Martin's recruit it really poorly, and that Rangers are going to be a poor team for the remainder of the season. Maybe the Rangers board decide, no, you know what, Russell Martin's the man. We don't care what you fans say. We're willing to give him time because we think we've made the right choice. There's no guarantee that whether Martin goes or stays, there's no guarantee that Rangers are going to get a hell of a lot better than they currently are, and there's no guarantee that Hearts are going to magically drop off. Here, maybe Hearts will get better.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, Hearts have had a couple of tough games.
Still yet to really, gel all the new players. The same excuses that you can make for Rangers, you can make for Hearts. The new £2 million man's injured. You haven't really seen him play much. You could make a case that maybe in a month's time, Hearts will be stronger than they are now.
Yeah. I mean, Hearts have scored quite a few late goals, right? That's part of football.
Yeah, but I'd argue that Hearts look like they're getting better under McInnes, and I'd argue that Rangers look like they're getting worse under Russell Martin. So, Hearts' next game at home against Falkirk, I expect them to win that. I believe Rangers' next game in the league is away to Livingston.
Yep.
Which is always a difficult match.
Absolutely.
So who's to say that the gap between Hearts and Rangers could very well grow before it gets smaller?
Well, I think it will. Looking at the next run of fixtures, so we'll have to wait and see. But to describe it as no chance, folks, it's an ignorant comment.
It's like a Vince McMahon comment. At least when Vince McMahon said no chance in hell, he was booking this shit, so he knew. See, when he said Austin, you've no chance in hell, at least he fucking could back it up.
If he said it back in July before a ball was kicked, you'd be like, well, fair enough, because Rangers began to spend a lot of money, and no one split sealed for on these circumstances where you're not factoring in like Rangers just coming up for the championship. So yeah, that's it though. It's on a Scotland TV signing out.
Alright, catch you in the next one, guys. No
football this weekend.
No match for you this weekend. Quiet one. Have to find some irrelevant news and talk about it.
Pray for the best.
Alright.